Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a Christmas book haul with you. So these are all the Christmas books that we got in Christmas 2022. So we're going to get going with this. I have quite a number of books, so I'm probably going to show quite a few of mine first before Stephanie shows some of hers, because she got like a lot of series. So, ready? I got Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Morena Garcia. I have been obsessed with Sylvia Morena Garcia recently. Okay, this one is a young woman and a Mayan death god embark on a life-changing journey in this one-of-a-kind fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore. The Jazz Age is a time of daring dances and fast music, but not for Cassiopeia Tun. She is stuck in her dusty small town performing menial chores until the day when she opens a curious wooden box and accidentally frees an imprisoned deity. In the company of the strangely alluring god and armed only with her wits, Cassiopeia begins an adventure replete with malicious ghosts, shape-changing sorcerers, and powerful magic. Her cross-country odyssey will take her from the jungles of the Yucatan to the bright lights of Mexico City and deep into the darkness of the Mayan underworld. Yes, I'm excited for this. And I think she wrote this before, I want to say she wrote this like the year before Mexican Gothic came out. So, yeah, this should be good. Next up, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. And a miniseries of this just recently came out earlier in the year, and I really enjoyed the miniseries, so I've already kind of been spoiled about what goes on in this book, but that's okay. Anyway, on a cold and snowy night in 1910, Ursula Todd is born, the third child of a wealthy English banker and his wife. She dies before she can draw her first breath. On that same cold and snowy night, Ursula Todd is born. She lets out a lusty well and embarks upon a life that will be, to say the least, unusual. For as she grows, she also dies, repeatedly, in any number of ways. Ursula's world is in turmoil, and she faces the unspeakable evil of the greatest war in history. What power and force can one woman exert over the fate of civilization if only she has a chance? So yeah, if you can't tell, this is like a woman. This poor woman, she just keeps dying over and over and over and over and over again. And like I said, the miniseries, I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. Can't wait to get to this book. Next up, I'm excited about this one. This is the next book in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. This is Written in My Own Heart's Blood. Book number 8, maybe 9. I've lost count, you guys.
I just get them.
Yeah, Stephanie just buys me these for Christmas. I'm not going to sit and read the synopsis on this, since this is like really deep into the heart of the series. I feel like if I read the synopsis, it's going to be a spoiler. But yeah, all you need to know about the series, it's a historical fiction, like time travel sort of thing. And yeah, the last book started the American Revolutionary War. The Frasers were like into the thick of the American Revolutionary War. So it looks like that's still going on in this book. I foresee the American Revolutionary War continuing throughout the entire rest of the series. So yeah, that's all you need to do about this series. It's just part of the Outlander world. Excited to get to this next book, and it's freaking huge. Why are these books so huge, guys?
I have Cat and Gamer. I'm assuming that's an and that's there. So this is a series, and it's about a office worker who is obsessed with video games, and then she takes in a stray cat, and it says that she takes care of the cat based off of gaming experiences. That's about it.
And it's really cute inside. Do you have a random photo you want to show on the inside? It's really cute. There's a cat. Is that the one with the cat's toes in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like our cat, Chloe. She always lays like that with her toes up in the air. On my Christmas list, I put that I wanted to start the Lore Olympus graphic novel series. And I specifically said I wanted the Barnes & Noble exclusive editions. So Stephanie did get me Volume 2 and Volume 3, but you couldn't get Volume 1, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she couldn't get the Barnes & Noble edition of Volume 1, which I didn't know there was a Barnes & Noble edition for Volume 1. I just thought it was the regular edition.
Is there?
I don't know. I
don't know. The website says there's
one. Oh, is there one? Okay. I guess I'll hunt down the Barnes & Noble edition. But yeah, I'm not going to read the synopsises for these, I don't think. All I know from these is that they're based off of a very popular webcomic, and I guess the artists then turned them into, books like this, graphic novel format. And my understanding is that they're like Greek mythology retellings and like primarily focused on Hades and Persephone, if I got that correct. So yeah, I'm excited to get to these sometime in the future. I do need to collect Volume 1 apparently now. And there is like a 4th volume coming out, I think in like January, February, so maybe I'll try and get Volume 1 when that 4th book comes out. And yeah, I think the series is still going. I was looking to see how many issues. I thought this thing might be finished, but it's still going. It's still going. So God knows when it's going to finish. So yeah, there'll probably be like a 5th volume at some point eventually. The Lindbergh Nanny by Mariah Fredericks. And it's about, when the most famous toddler in America, Charles Lindbergh Jr., is kidnapped from his family home in New Jersey in 1932, the case makes international headlines. Already celebrated for his flight across the Atlantic, his father, Charles Sr., is the country's golden boy with his wealthy, lovely wife, Anne Morrow Lindbergh, by his side. But there's someone else in their household, Betty Gow, a former obscure young woman now known around the world by another name, the Lindbergh Nanny. A Scottish immigrant deciphering the rules of her new homeland and its East Coast elite. Betty finds Colonel Lindbergh eccentric and often odd, Mrs. Lindbergh kind yet nervous, and Charlie simply a darling. Yet far from home and bruised from a love affair gone horribly wrong, of course. Betty finds comfort in caring for the child and warms to the attentions of handsome sailor Henrik, sometimes known as Red. Then Charlie disappears. Let me guess. This handsome sailor named Henrik is probably going to kidnap the child. Suddenly, a suspect. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm not really quite sure what happens with the kidnapping of this child. Suddenly, a suspect in the eyes of both the media and the public. Betty must find the truth about what really happened that night in order to clear her own name and to find justice for the child she loves. So yeah, this is based off of the real kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby kid. I've heard about it, you guys.
I've never heard such a
I have
thing.
heard about this kidnapping because it's like one of the most famous kidnappings in America, but I don't know anything else about it. Like, do they rescue the child? I'm not quite sure. I want to say they do. I'm not sure. I guess I'll find out when I read this.
I have a weird series. I don't even know what this series is about. It's called Creepy Cat. And it is I guess in the style of, it's in the style of a manga as well. But this is in color though. So there is this
Show these
one.
covers. These covers are so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, Creepy Cat. I don't know why cat is like a white blob, but it is. But anyway, the series, the first volume at least, is this girl ends up moving into this weird mansion, and the only inhabitant is Creepy Cat. So, I don't know if I said this was all the volumes. If there was just 4. It does. It says this is the final volume.
Oh, it's the complete series?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, it says, in this last one, it says Creepy Cat gets, disappears. Oh, Creepy Cat.
Creepy Cat.
So, I don't know where this is going, but they look funny for some reason.
They look so weird and bizarre.
I don't know what the point is. Like, what's the main point of the series?
It's just about a creepy cat. That's okay. I want to read them too. They sound cute.
But even the backs are cute. Hold on. They're all like around here.
I thought there was one creepy cat. Is there multiple creepy cats?
I guess there's multiple creepy cats.
Is that a hot guy that's going to come into her life? I can't tell.
I guess so.
I can't tell.
He's all right.
Oh
wait, but he's got. She's got
cats?
like these ones are white, and she's dressed in black.
Oh,
but he's in white, but his cats are black.
Oh, is he the bad guy? Does he have his own villain of creepy cats?
Maybe that's who kidnaps Creepy Cat in Volume 4. I don't know. Who's that? I don't know what that is. Oh, but there's the black cat again.
A giant creepy cat?
So I have no clue what's going on with this series, but it looks cute.
It's about a creepy cat. That's all that matters. Gilded Mountain by Kate Manning. In a voice spiked with sly humor. Sylvie Pelletier recounts leaving her family's snowbound mountain cabin to work in a manor house for the Pagets, owners of the marble mining company that employs her father and dominates the town. Sharp-eyed Sylvie is awed by the luxury around her, fascinated by her employer, the charming Countess Inga, and confused by the erratic affections of Jasper, the bookish heir to the family fortune. Her fairy tale ideas of romance take a dark turn when she realizes the Pagets' lofty philosophical talk is at odds with the unfair labor practices that have enriched them. Their servants, the Grady's formerly enslaved people, have long known this to be true and are making plans to form a utopian community on the Colorado Prairie. Outside the manor walls, the town of Moonstone is roiling with discontent. A handsome union organizer, along with labor leader Mary Harris, Mother Jones, is stirring up the quarry workers. The editor of the local newspaper, a bold woman who takes Sylvie on as an apprentice, is publishing unflattering accounts of the Paget Company. Sylvia navigates vastly different worlds and struggles to find her way amid conflicting loyalties. When the harsh winter brings tragedy, Sylvia must choose between silence and revenge. Yeah, that's what this is about. There's a little bit more, but that's about it. That sounds good. Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. I guess a biography by Tom Felton, you guys. And I have no idea if he spills juicy gossip. I don't know. But yeah, this is just Tom Felton mostly. I guess he's talking about, because, he was a child actor. He was in several things before Harry Potter, right? He was in like a few random things before Harry Potter came out. And yeah, this is just I guess this is him probably talking about his child acting career, and then I'm assuming he's mostly probably talking about Harry Potter, and then some of the things he's done after Harry Potter and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this. I do love Tom Felton. And I was just kind of glancing through it, and I was like, oh, okay.
I have book 1 in the A Gifted Clans novel is by Gracie Kim, and it's part of the Rick Riordan Presents series. This first one is The Last Fallen Star, and the second one is The Last Fallen Moon. This is, I was just reading it. I honestly didn't know what the series was about, but it actually looks like it's based off of a bit of witchcraft. Or it says the powerful lineage of Korean healing witches. So yeah, so something's going on. So yeah, it's supposed to be Korean lore for this one.
Next up, this is book 3 in the Dragonheart Legacy Trilogy by Nora Roberts. I honestly cannot quite remember what this trilogy is about, you guys. I have not even started the trilogy, but I've asked for these books each year on my Christmas list. I've gotten these books for the past 3 Christmases, if I'm not mistaken. But I have not even started it yet. But I've been anxiously wanting to get to them. If I'm remembering correctly, it's about a woman who she's I don't know, and she gets kind of sucked into this other world, this magical fantasy world or something, and she has some sort of origin backstory there. I cannot quite remember, you guys. This is a terrible synopsis for me trying to do this book, but yeah. I mean, it says here she grew up in the world of man and was once unaware of her true nature, if that kind of helps you out there. Now that I have this final book in the trilogy, I definitely am excited to finally get into the whole trilogy and binge my way through it, because it does sound really good. I remember when I read the synopsis for the first one, it sounded really good anyway. Dawnlands by Philippa Gregory, and I believe this is a book 3 in a series as well. Yeah, this is book 3 in the Fair Mile series by Philippa Gregory.
Yes, you haven't read that series.
Yeah, once again, this is a trilogy of books every year. I've been asking for it on my Christmas list, and I've gotten all 3 books in the trilogy, but have yet to actually start the series. So now that I have the 3rd book in this, I'm going to get going. All I know about this, I think it takes place in the 1600s? Hold on, let me look.
Oh, a map.
Oh, yeah, there's some maps and stuff in here. I think it's the 1600s, because it's mentioning something about the Stuart Kings, King James, Queen Mary. I think this is the 1600s, you guys. I think it is. I don't think it's the 1700s. I think this is 1600s. Yeah, 1600s, right here. I just flipped to a random. It's like the late 1600s. So yeah, this whole trilogy, I think, is kind of exploring this whole time period in history, especially with the Stuarts, because the Stuarts, there was a lot going on with the Stuarts during this time period. So now that I have the 3rd and final book in this series, definitely can't wait to binge this Philippa Gregory trilogy, yes. In the Shadow of a Queen by Heather B. Moore. Okay. Princess Louise's life is upended after her father's untimely death. Captive to the Queen's overwhelming mourning, Louise is forbidden to leave her mother's tight circle of control and is eventually relegated to the position of personal secretary to her mother, the same position each of her sisters held until they were married. Already an accomplished painter, Louise risks the Queen's wrath by exploring the art of sculpting, an activity viewed as unbefitting a woman. When Louise involves herself in the day's political matters, including championing the career of a female doctor and communicating with suffragettes, the Queen lays down the law to stop her and devotes her full energy to finding an acceptable match for her defiant daughter. Louise is considered the most beautiful and talented daughter of Queen Victoria, but finding a match for the princess is no easy feat. Protocols are broken, and Louise exerts her own will as she tries to find an open-minded husband who will support her free spirit. In the Shadow of a Queen is the story of the battle of wills between two women, a daughter determined to forge her own life beyond the shadow of her mother, and a queen resolved to keep the crown's reputation unsullied no matter the cost. Yes, I do love all the drama Victoria has with all of her children. It's always great.
I have The Dawn of Yang-Chen, or Yang-Chen, I'm not sure what it is. And this is part of the Chronicles of the Avatar series. This is book 3. I don't know if it's supposed to be a trilogy. But she is an avatar. And this one looks like it is taking place mostly in the Earth Kingdom.
Based off of the Nickelodeon TV series Avatar.
Oh yeah, that part too. Avatar the Last Airbender.
Stephnie's over here just talking away about avatars and Earth Nation, this and that. Yeah, these set of books, they all take place in like the world of Avatar the Last Airbender. That was a really popular Nickelodeon TV show. And yeah, they've spun out a bunch of different books about past avatars. The avatars are like people who can control the elements like earth and fire, wind,
they're like
water.
peacekeepers.
Yeah, they're peacekeepers. Yeah, so yeah, they've spun out all these books taking place in that world and expanding the universe and the world building and exploring like other avatars in the past and whatnot. I got this really cute book here. This is Hocus Pocus, illustrated by Chris or Gris. That looks like it says Gris Grimley.
Gris. Yeah.
Is that real? That don't sound real. This is just essentially a novelization of the movie, you guys, the Hocus Pocus movie. And oh my god, I love the details in this book, you guys. Because you got the cover, got this really cool cover, and then on the back, the Sanderson sisters are back here on the back. Yeah, there's just a lot of really cool artwork inside. Let me see if I can just find a random page. Yeah, like here's a really cool photo. I guess a house. Oh, Max and Danny. Oh, they're trick-or-treating. That's what that is. I couldn't tell at first. But yeah, it's just really cool stuff in there. If you don't know what the original Hocus Pocus movie is about, it's about a pair of siblings and the guy, his crush. They joined together to fight back against these witches. This trio of witches named the Sanderson sisters, who are coming back from like the 1600s because they're like wanting youth and beauty and stuff. And so this trio of characters have to put them down before they take over the world and kill all the children in modern day Salem, Massachusetts. So yeah, I can't wait to get to this. This is cute.
I have Shadow of the Sith, and this is a Star Wars book. This one takes place about 20 years after Return of the Jedi, but before The Force Awakens. And this is just an adventure with Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. And they're probably off to... There's probably like a few remaining bad people out there that they're trying to get rid of. Also, there's a Sith assassin going around trying to kidnap somebody who's probably going to turn out to be a Jedi that they gotta save. Probably. It's probably what it's going to be, though.
And then the last book here, I have the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. This is freaking huge.
One is that the biggest one so far?
So far, yeah.
They're going to get bigger.
They're going to get bigger.
I wonder if the Deathly Hallows... Wait, Deathly Hallows is one book or two?
Yeah, it's one book, 2 movies.
I'm getting confused because of the 2 movies. I wonder, do you think they'd split the
last
one into 2 books as well?
You know, when they first started doing these illustrated editions, remember how quickly those first 3 books came out?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say when Goblet of Fire came out,
that
took a little longer. And then, yeah, this just came out this year, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or 2022. This just came out in 2022. So, yeah, it's like, because these books are getting bigger and bigger, yeah, the longer and longer it's getting to get these illustrated editions out. It's taken a couple years now.
It's going to start being a pain trying to read them. Because they're going to be too heavy. Like, you need to, like, find a comfortable spot. Heavy. You need to find a comfortable spot to read them at.
Yeah, they're so heavy. But, yeah, I really enjoy these illustrated editions. It's just a nice way to kind of reread the books and just have photos
Especially,
to go
like,
with them.
I notice a lot, like, too, there's a lot of, like, creature photos. So that helps you, like, oh, that's... Okay, yeah, there's the movies. But it also just helps to have that visual of weird things.
So yeah, you know, I've read the first 2 illustrated editions. I can't remember if I've read the third one.
Not really.
I don't know if I've read the third illustrated one, and I definitely have not read Goblet of Fire because I was really excited to get to Goblet of Fire. I need to get back on these because I'm behind with rereading them. So, you guys, that is it for our Christmas book haul. In the comments below, did you guys get any books for Christmas? Any of the books that in our haul that you have read and enjoyed in the past? Just let us know. So, you guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.